Two major Amerindian organizations in Guyana are calling for pit latrines to be outlawed at public schools. This comes after the tragic death of 9-year-old Tanisha D'Souza last Monday when she fell into the latrine at her Muruku school. The Amerindian Peoples Association and the Guyanese Organization of Indigenous Peoples yesterday called on the government to install flush toilets at hinterland schools. But Education Minister Sheikh Baksh says his ministry has no intention of phasing out latrines at schools as they were internationally accepted as a proper form of sanitation disposal. The Guyana Power and Light Company says it will continue to challenge the arbitral ruling to reinstate 9 of its former employees. CEO Bart Dindial says the company was advised legally that the arbitrator's final decision is flawed and could be challenged. Details from Monica Jones.
Based on an arbitral ruling, 9 GPL employees who were dismissed in 2005 and 2006 for various reasons should be reinstated. However, the power company has now decided to challenge that ruling, which was previously accepted. GPL CEO Bart Dindial says it was recognized that the arbitrator's decision is flawed.
These matters, as you know, that we are dealing with are very serious matters. They're so serious that they actually hit at the very basic survival of the company. So management is quite perturbed at the ruling of the arbitrator. And you would understand that the forces which are stacked against us here as a company are tremendous. And if we don't take these matters very seriously and deal with them very seriously, then we can't survive as a company.
Some unions claim the company's action is a blatant disrespect for the collective labor agreement, but Dindial says while GPL does not intend to cause conflict with the unions, the move will inform other organizations to follow the same path.
As individual companies, each case has to be dealt with on its merit. And if you're dealing with a matter basically that it is so fundamental, we know about corruption in this country. We hear every day about corruption in GPL, and here it is. Management is taking a very strong position on this. And we think that the decision made by the arbitrator is really not consistent with the facts that were presented, not consistent with the rules he laid down himself.
According to Mr. Dindial, the arbitrator was also asked to revisit his ruling inconsistent with the laws. The matter is presently in the court. Monica Jones, the 6 o'clock news.
A pensioner is now pleading for all possible forms of assistance following the gutting of her home at Lot 24 Princess Street yesterday. A fire of unknown origin gutted a 2-story wooden building, leaving the 95-year-old homeless. Now, Cassia Logan has the details.
God, I didn't know it then. Oh, Jesus, I watched it.
95-year-old Jane Dick Rodney is now homeless after her home in which she has resided for the last 37 years was gutted by a fire of unknown origin.
I was doing some cooking outside, and I felt heat. So when I look across in this nephew room, I see it was light. Fire. Well, I couldn't do nothing else. So I go across into my bedroom to see if I could get up to something. But the heat was too much. So my little niece pulled me away. Say, "Aunt, come, go down."
Her great-nephew says that he was at work when he heard the news. He added that the family would be pleased if any sort of assistance is rendered as soon as possible.
I get a message that the place is on fire. So when I get there, I see the fire wheel, I see the police and the people gathering, helping to out the fire. So when I wish my auntie and my dad to sit down in a vehicle. That's all I know about the fire. I don't know what caused the fire. I don't know what I'm looking, asking if any organization that could help us to get back our life together.
Mrs. Rodney added that all she could have done was to watch her home go up in flames. The fire, which started around 1500 hours on Tuesday afternoon, destroyed everything in its path. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I'm Nacasia Logan.
The National Blood Transfusion Service is experiencing severe shortage of blood of all types. The Health Ministry is therefore calling for persons to urgently donate blood to improve its buffer stock. Anyone wishing to donate can do so at the National Blood Transfusion Service at the Georgetown Public Hospital compound. Donations can also be made at regional hospitals. The Stella Maris Primary School will be reopened on Wednesday after parents protested its untidy condition. Minister of Education Sheikh Baksh says the contractors are working overtime to have both the Stella Maris and St. George's schools ready for classes tomorrow. Natasha Smith reports.
Monday morning, students and teachers of the Stella Maris Primary School were forced not to start classes as the school and its surroundings were in a very unsanitary condition. Parents and teachers refused to have their children begin the school year under such conditions. They say it was very unreasonable to have teachers and students dwell in such an environment or take on the responsibility of cleaning it themselves. A decision was then taken for the school to be closed for an additional 2 days to facilitate the cleaning. And Minister of Education Sheikh Baksh says the contractors are currently working overtime to clean the school.
The case of 2 schools only, that is the St. Margaret's Primary, Stella Maris Primary and the St. George's Nursery. We decided that we will cancel classes for Monday and Tuesday and open up on Wednesday. To give the contractors time, and they're right now working to clean up the entire environment, have it in a good state, and ensure all the furniture is in place and so on, and ready for classes.
The minister also reported that the other schools that were being refurbished have been reopened and classes are ongoing. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, Natasha Smith.
Well, if you've just joined us, you're with the NCN 6 o'clock news. Caribbean countries will be observing Wellness Day on September 13 with much emphasis being placed on lifestyle-related diseases. And Health Minister Dr. Leslie Ramsamy says Guyanese must use this occasion to adapt healthy lifestyles. Details in this report.
For the first time, Caribbean countries will come together on September 13 to mobilize their citizens to engage in activities that will promote and sustain healthy lifestyles. The observance of Wellness Day was a decision taken by CARICOM heads of government in September 2007 to design a plan of action to stop the epidemic of chronic diseases. The leaders recognized the physical, economic, and social burdens caused by lifestyle-related diseases such as obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. Among the activities proposed for Wellness Day are the introduction of vehicle-free streets and smoke-free environments. Health Minister Dr. Leslie Ramsamy is urging Guyanese to come out and support a fitness walk on Saturday.
To make sure that you assembled at 6 o'clock at Umanayana on Saturday for us to begin our observances of Caribbean Wellness Day 2008, the first Caribbean Wellness Day.
On the same day, the CARICOM Secretariat, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization, will also convene at the GDF Sports Ground for the annual Family Day promoting physical activities. Onika Jones, the 6 o'clock news.